Hello guys, Svetlana Shlapak, the founder of UKVisaSuccess.com is here. If you're subscribed to my channel, you probably noticed that this is not my first video about global talent visas. I've created a number of videos before. So if it's your first video, feel free to explore my YouTube channel where you'll find other videos regarding this topic. In this particular video, I'm going to concentrate on explaining the evidential part and the evidential requirements for these types of applications, and also I'm going to talk about amazing benefits for those who apply and get this type of visa, because this is considered to be one of the most flexible work visas you can get when you apply in order to work here in the UK. And finally, in this video, I'm going to explain where you can get further free guidance on these types of applications if needed. So let us begin. Guys, and so that you know, this video is a part of the UK's new points-based immigration system video series. If when watching a video or reading an article which I publish on a weekly basis at UKVisaSuccess.com, you're at the point where you would like to know more information, you're very welcome to go to UKVisaSuccess.com/new PBS, where PBS stands for points-based system, and request this information. It is completely free, and the information will be with you within the next 60 seconds. In this video series, we'll cover a number of topics. We'll talk about work, study, and visits related immigration routes, which are all part of the UK's new points-based immigration system. We'll talk about skilled workers, health and care sector visas, as well as Appendix W categories, including a global talent, startup and innovator categories. We'll also cover the UK's immigration routes which were created for students. We'll talk about the existing Tier 4 route and the newly created, or rather the old and forgotten graduate route, which will allow students to remain in the UK after their studies in order to work in the UK. And finally, in this video series, we'll have a number of videos dedicated to other routes which are not part of the new UK's points-based immigration system, but do allow migrants to work in the UK. Global Talent is a UK immigration route which was born on a beautiful date 20/02/2020 on 20th of February 2020. The mother of this route is Tier 1 Exceptional Talent, which is now closed to the new applicants. Global Talent route allows talented and promising individuals in the fields of science, engineering, medicine, humanities, digital technology, and arts and culture, including film and television, fashion design, and architecture, to work in the UK. Applicants will either need to be leaders in their fields or have the potential to become leaders. The UK government just announced that they intend to set up a cross-departmental unit, which they will call the Office for Talent. Hopefully, this will make it easier for leading global scientists, researchers, and innovators to become and live in the UK and also to work here. There are two stages in the global talent visa applications, and actually I've created a couple of videos before, so please feel free to explore my YouTube channel to see the specific requirements and also the stages for these types of applications, but here they are as well. The first one is the endorsement stage, and the second one is the visa stage. The endorsement stage is where the Home Office recognized endorsees say, yes, this person has a true talent, and they confirm this in writing, and they call this a letter of endorsement. The next question you may ask me is, who can recognize your talent? Well, there are actually only 6 organizations in the UK who can do this. These organizations are called endorsees, and here they are. First of all, we have the Royal Society for Science and Medicine, and then we have the Royal Academy for Engineering, and also we have the British Academy for Humanities and Social Science. We also have the UK Research and Innovation for Science and Research, Tech Nation for Digital Technology, and finally Arts Council England for Arts and Culture. However, guys, the applications are not made directly to these organizations. You will need to submit your endorsement application as part of stage 1 application to the Home Office, and then the Home Office will forward your application directly to the Home Office recognized endorsees, the 6 organizations which I just mentioned. And if one of these organizations recognize your talent and give you an endorsement, then you can proceed to the second stage of the application, which is called the visa application. This one is actually considered by the Home Office. And once they receive your application, the Home Office will consider the following. First of all, they will check if you have the endorsement letter. This is probably one of the most important documents to submit with your second stage of visa application. Then they will undertake the criminality checks and also a great variety of other checks, just to ensure that your application won't be caught by any general grounds for refusal. By the way, if you would like to know more about what these general grounds for refusal are, then you can go straight to ukvisasuccess.com and type general grounds in the search fields. There you'll find a number of articles which I wrote explaining what general grounds for refusals are, what is the difference between the entry clearance and the leave to remain and indefinite leave to remain grounds for refusal. And also I've explained here the difference between mandatory and discretionary grounds for refusals. Guys, one thing I want you to understand here is that if any of the general grounds for refusals apply to your case, then the application is most likely to be refused, or you will need to take very effective steps to persuade the Home Office to allow your application. So if the Home Office is happy with their checks, then you will become an official a holder of the Global Talent Visa. If you believe that you may qualify for this type of visa, it is so worth applying for it, because this is one of the most flexible UK work visas you can get. And that is because you can work for any employer. There is no minimum income requirement. There is no savings requirements. There is no English language requirements. There is no accommodation requirements. And you can be self-employed, or you can work as a director of the company, and you can change jobs without informing the Home Office. And also you can travel abroad and return to the UK for research purposes. And in certain circumstances, these absences will not be counted towards your 180 day a year limit. And also there is no cap on this type of visa, and this means that unlimited number of people can apply, and you can bring close relatives together with you, and they can live here in the UK, and your kids can study here. If you were recognized as an exceptional talent, you can settle in the UK. You can get your indefinite leave to remain only after residing in the UK for 3 years. So why these amazing types of visas are refused? There are only 3 reasons for refusing global talent visa endorsement applications, the first stage of the application. And this can happen when global talents do not meet the eligibility requirements. Secondly, when they do not submit enough documents in support of the application. And finally, when these documents are not in the correct format. For this reason, to avoid the refusal, you need to understand the general evidential requirement rules, which the Home Office introduced for all global talent applicants. These rules are simple and straightforward, however, for some reason very often overlooked by those who submit the application. Guys, just to draw your attention here that in this video, I'm only going to talk about the general rules for all applicants, irrespective of their endorsement type. And if you'd like to go deeper and find out more about specific rules of these organizations, you can do so if you go to ukvisasuccess.com global talent and request more information. And when you do this, you will become a part of UK Visa Success.com community. Every week I'm sending a newsletter to my guys, and in this newsletter, in addition to updating them on the new developments in the world of UK immigration law, I'm also sending them very exclusive invitations to various free events which I'm organizing for UK Visa Success.com community people. For example, I organize free masterclasses on a monthly basis. So these months I'm concentrating on the specific area of Tech Nation endorsements applications, global talent people in the digital technology world. So global talent people in the digital technology world will certainly benefit from attending this masterclass. And also in this newsletter, I send a link to UK Visa Success.com podcast where I answer frequently asked questions of our very fast growing UK Visa Success.com community. And once again, in order for you to become part of this community, all you need to do is to go and request more information about global talent at ukvisaSuccess.com/global talent. Okay, guys, going back to general documents for global talent visa applications, let's start with third parties. When you are requesting the third party to provide the documents in support of your application, you need to make sure that these documents are in the format which the Home Office will actually accept. So these documents will need to be first of all dated, and they will need to show the organization logo. They will need to have the registered address. They will need to be signed by the third party or an individual authorized by third party organization to respond on its behalf, and they will need to be typed. Handwritten letters are not accepted, and they will need to contain full details, including a telephone number and email address of the third party, to allow the documents to be verified when necessary by the Home Office. And also you need to understand that there are certain pieces of evidence which will not be accepted in support of your application, and they include DVDs, CDs or digital files, also the documents which only show the web links. So if you would like to rely on information given on a particular web page as part of your supporting documents, you will need to provide a printed copy of the page, and if you're submitting this in a digital form, you will need to print this in PDF. This page will also need to clearly show the URL for the page you are referring to. Documents which are not in English or Welsh will not be accepted either, and you need to translate all foreign language documents. This has to be a certified translation which can be independently verified if required. Now, I would like to mention a few words about letters of recommendation. There are certain types of global talent visa applications where you need to provide a letter of recommendation in support of your application. These letters will need to specifically refer to and support the global talent application. So they should not be a general all-purpose to whom it may concern letter. They should specifically refer to the global talent visa application, which you can normally do by saying that I read this letter in support of the applicant's global talent visa application. And secondly, you need to remember that these letters of recommendation cannot be longer than 3 sides of the A4 paper, excluding the author's credentials, which normally is accepted in the form of their CV. With regards to your CV, they will only accept, again, only 3 single sides of A4 paper. And you need to remember that when decision makers ask you to provide them with more information, you have only 10 days to do so. So if you need to have more time to provide certain documents, you need to contact the decision maker straight away, and you need to explain the situation, asking them to give you more time. However, you also need to remember that it is your responsibility to ensure that you provide all documents in support of your application. The UK immigration authorities are likely to refuse your application without requesting any further documents if there are grounds for believing that you do not meet the requirements. With regards to lengths and conditions of your visa, if your visa application is successful, you can get a visa for up to 5 years. It will always depend on the type of visa you requested and on the length as well. And unlike students, you can apply to extend this global talent visa as many times as you please to, and you can apply for indefinite leave to remain for settlement after holding your global talent visa for only 3 years if you were recognized as an exceptional talent, and after 5 years if you were recognized as an exceptional promise. Also, with the majority of other applications, there will be certain conditions attached to your stay. First of all, you cannot claim benefits, and this is the condition which applies to generally to all types of visa applications. And then you need to register with the police if your country is on this list, and you cannot work as a doctor or a dentist in training, or as a professional sports person, including as a sports coach, and with some minor limitations, you can study in the UK. And also would like to explain the rules about switching. If you're already in the UK, you can switch to the global talent visa if you qualify. Switching is a legal term which defines the process of changing the immigration category while already in the UK. So, for example, when a person came to the UK as a Tier 4 general migrant, as a student, and then they got married to a British citizen and applied for a British spouse visa, what they did in legal terms, they switched. So you can switch to global talent visa if you're already in the UK and you are here in one of these immigration categories. You are here as a Tier 1, which is about to die, also as a Tier 2, as a Tier 5. But Tier 5, these are not all Tier 5 applicants, only as temporary workers sponsored in the government authorized exchange subcategory in an exchange scheme for sponsored researchers. And also you can switch if you are here as a startup migrant or as an innovator. However, if you are in the UK in any other immigration category and you still want to apply as a global talent applicant, the Home Office actually expects you to leave the country and reapply from your country of origin. And finally, guys, I would like to finish today's video by explaining the rules about traveling during your application process as a global talent migrant. These are very important rules because if you don't follow them and you decide to travel, your application may be automatically withdrawn. So you can travel while your stage 1 application is outstanding. This is called the endorsement stage, and I hope you remember what this is because I've explained this at the beginning of this video. However, if you submitted the second stage, the visa stage, extension or settlement application, traveling outside of the common travel areas will mean that your application will be automatically withdrawn by the Home Office. And by the way, they will retain the fee which you paid for them to consider this application. So when you are at the second stage of this application, don't travel outside the common travel areas. And this is it, my friends. This is all we wanted to discuss in today's video. I would like to invite you to visit this page, ukvisasuccess.com/more, where you'll find plenty of free immigration resources explaining various immigration rules. And I also invite you to subscribe to a new, very, very succinct and short newsletter where I'll be updating you on various changes in the world of UK immigration law, and also I will be sending various exclusive invitations to the members of ukvisasuccess.com community. You'll only be able to get these offers if you are subscribed to this newsletter. Have an amazing week, guys.